Okay, I'd like to call the Village Board Plan Commission meeting to order. Roll call, please, Terry.
Mayor Podolsky?
Here.
Jim Allen?
Present.
Kim Pekowski?
Here, as usual.
Mike Skippington?
Here.
Gary Paul?
Here.
And Williams is excused, and Corey and
Okay, let's stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And please remember our men and women throughout the world. Okay, I have no changes to the agenda.
Move to approve the agenda.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Action on the minutes from the special meeting of June 26, 2018.
Was I there? If I was there, I moved to approve. If I wasn't,
No, you were not.
I think you were absent.
I can't remember. Excuse, not absent,
Special
excuse.
meeting on June 26th.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve those minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Comments from the public must be limited to items not on the agenda. Any public out there that would like to speak to items not on the agenda? Hearing none, we'll move on. 7A, action items. Action on amendment to the Barnes & Noble Planned Unit Development for proposed site alterations located at 2492 to 2498 South Oneida Street. Todd.
Village staff was approached by the developer, the property owner at this complex. It is the Barnes & Noble and future Aldi's location. There's a parking issue that they had. They approached us with installing a fence. And a little background on it is it's been vacant, as you know, for a substantial time. The Nifong Realty Group that currently manages it and part owner of it has approached the village with concerns of the parking. Because it was vacant, they didn't really have an issue with the people that parked there and happened to walk the development to the north. It's only a double curb that's back to back. Now with Aldi's going in there, I believe it's in their lease that they have to have so many parking stalls. Therefore, they're kind of starting to crack down on the parking. One of their solutions, because it does continue, I know they have talked between property owners to try to correct it, and the tenants within the complex to the north at 2476 South Oneida have talked to their patrons and employees and everybody else to try to minimize the amount of traffic that parks on the adjoining property and walks over. To remedy this, they're looking at the request before us tonight is to install a 4-foot high chain link fence. The initial request that came in was a galvanized 4-foot chain link fence would be cored right into the curb, or actually the pan portion of the curb. So it'd actually be right up against the parking stalls. When I did talk with Mr. Holzum, there was a concern not only from the appearance of the fence in general, the type of fence, but also being right against parking, you know it's going to get hit, which they were aware of. But the fence then, since we would not approve a chain link galvanized, they went to basically a black powder coated fence. It's still an industrial look to it. It just is a PUD. From a staff perspective, we do not support a fence at that location because it does restrict access back and forth between properties. As everybody knows, when you're in a retail center like this with multiple tenants, you are going to be walking between developments. It's just a creature of habit. When you park in one, you're going to try to catch as many stores as possible. So the request tonight is to install a fence, but staff would not support that, would actually recommend denying the fence as proposed.
I would like to know the two people on the stand if they're representing either side on this.
I'm from 2476, Jersey Mike Slopes.
The north side?
I'm on the north side, correct?
Yeah.
I'm Lincoln Christian on the north side as well.
Okay.
Yeah, the applicant, Mr. Holzum, is not in attendance. He was informed of the meeting. I talked to him on Friday, but he is not currently here as of right now.
You also, before you have the two letters from two of the tenants at the property to the north. Now, I went out there today and I sat there I was there for about a minute and a half. And there were 3 people in that minute and a half that parked over on the part for the Barnes and Noble site and walked over to the other mall to the north, there were 10 open spots that I could see that were in that development to the north. And I told this to Mr. Holzem, I don't think when people come down Oneida Street, I don't think that they can see that opening for the driveway because of that ground mount sign. And then I think they turn into the Barnes and Noble driveway, and they can't get back to the other strip mall parking. I suggested, and I know it was suggested years ago, to create a curb cut and open up the 2 parking lots. I just see if a fence would go up there, it's just gonna hurt both businesses, because anybody who wants to leave the strip mall to the north and walk over to Barnes and Noble and drink a cup of coffee and read a magazine during lunch isn't gonna be able to do it. They're gonna have to go all the way around the fence. Whoa. All the way around the fence. So I agree with staff. I just can't support this. I would support a curb cut there. I think that would be a much better solution to the problem.
Did Holzem, is he the one who requested this, or?
Yes,
okay.
Mr. Holzem on behalf of the developer,
Right.
which I think is Knife
Right.
Realty.
And where is he tonight? He's not,
He was made aware of the meeting, but unfortunately must not be able to make it.
oh, okay, all right.
Todd, is that the Knifebaum family property?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, on the south side.
correct.
I don't know what else you can add to that more than what Mary said. You know, I think the fence is a bad idea. People that are over there, there's several eating places there. After they're done eating, they come to Aldi's to shop, vice versa. You know, you're not, it's not a good business decision on this, regardless of whose idea is it. The parking issue, I think, will be eliminated once Aldi's open and they fill that parking up with their own customers. So you've got to go to where you belong.
Well, yeah, to go along with what Mary said, I think that's a good idea. It would be great if the tenants on the north side, if you put a cut in there, wherever you put it, if you put a sign there, it doesn't have to be a great big sign. Put a sign there that points with your names on it, pointing to the right, so people, when they come in, if they come in the Barnes and Noble entrance, they see the sign and they can go over to your parking lot. I think that makes, that sign, or the fence, I'm sorry, it just, it's not gonna look like something that we want at that location at all.
Back when I actually met with Dave, talked to him about the fence, I went on site to look at the situation as well. And there was one SUV that actually pulled in there. She was in the wrong parking lot, so she actually drove over the curbs into the correct one. So not something we'd recommend.
Right.
It is private property, so there's nothing the village could do on it, but they are trying to get to it. So I think that
Right.
goes along with what you said, is she missed the driveway, hit the next one, but couldn't get back. So.
You know, I was talking today too, at Christmas time, people park there, they'll go into Barnes and Noble, they leave their car parked there, and they walk across the street and go to the mall. People from the mall leave their car parked at the mall, and they walk across the street and go to Barnes and Noble. So I just don't see this being a solution to the problem.
All right.
Okay.
Any other discussion? If not,
Yes,
I'll make a
yes,
motion.
Yes.
Go on.
I went down there the other day, I walked into Barnes and Noble, and he said, this is looking at differently. How many people do you have employed here? And she said sometimes about 15. This is just suggestions, and I don't know if they're gonna come back to us asking for any suggestions. The first thing I do to try and make the walkway longer to get over to the north side is pull the handicap stalls out that are right in front of all these, stick them over against the fence. Maybe even the second set of handicap stalls, put them over the fence. I've just burned up about 8 spots, okay, over against the fence. Tell the people in Aldi's and the people in Barnes and Noble, park against the fence. I just burned up that entire length of parking over there, forcing the person that's going to your side to realize that they are going to walk another, 40 feet to get there, because they're not gonna get parking in that, up against the fence on the south side, okay? even if there's more people parking there, to start the employees to fill the stuff to the north, which makes it less attractive to park into Barnes and Noble, to walk over there if they can't find a space, you know, see what I'm saying? Okay? All right, that's one. There's no way you're gonna remove the entrance on Oneida, is there?
I
Into
don't,
Barnes and Noble, that would probably
I would
not
not
fly.
recommend that.
Okay. The fence is gonna get destroyed. No doubt in my mind, they're gonna plow snow up against it, it's gonna get destroyed. Unless it's a highway barricades, you know, something like that. And the other one was, back to Mary's idea, you've gotta get an entrance in a way. I gotta believe that there's just as much traffic going this way as there is going this way. And with all these, yeah, you're gonna go over there and say, hey, why don't we go to lunch while we're here? You know? So, my 2 cents.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, did you want to make a motion, Gary?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to disapprove the fence at 2498 South Oneida Street. 249298 South Oneida Street.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have,
Would you be okay with an amendment that added that the developer explore the possibility of a curb cut?
Oh, definitely,
All right,
definitely,
I'll make that amendment then, please.
with the amendment.
A second, okay then?
Okay.
okay, we have a motion and a second to deny the fence at the Barnes and Noble property, with the developer hopefully looking at a pass-through. So, any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Any items for next agenda? One thing that we have, August 7th is going to be our next meeting. That's National Night Out, I believe.
Yes.
So I don't know if we're going to be able to have our meeting that night.
Schedule it for the following Tuesday, if you're going to have one.
14th?
That'll work.
Can people make the 14th?
Well, I don't know if oh yeah, I'll be here.
Thank you.
Jeepers, Jim. Jim, we were almost
Okay.
lost.
So we'll try to get it on the 14th?
Aye.
Does that work for?
I don't know if I'll be here.
It's either you,
Oh, yes, all right, definitely have it on the 14th.
Okay.
5:30, usually? Or
Yep.
5 or 5?
5:30? 5:30 is your call?
Whatever you want, okay,
5:30?
all right.
Okay. Need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.